I have opened Azure portal, and today we are going to look at the Azure Keyvault demonstration. This is going to be the fundamental about the Key Vault. What is the Key Vault services in terms of using it from the developer portal and what all features it offers. So if I go to the resource group, which I have already opened, so this is my resource group, Azure Fundamental. From here, I can go ahead and create a resources. If you want, you can go ahead and create a resource from here as well. So what I can do here is I can go ahead and search for Key Vault, and as you can see, there is a service available for Key Vault. You will find all those details about the Key Vault. So as in our demonstration, we have explained in our doodly that the Key Vault offers a service wherein you can store secret keys and the certificate. So in this particular demonstration, we are going to store some of the secrets. So first of all, let me create a Key Vault for. So here again, it is a publicly available service like storage account. So you need to create a Key Vault which is unique across the globe. The name of the Key Vault basically. So let me call learning Key Vault 01. Hopefully this is available. Select the appropriate location which is suitable as per your program and requirement. If you are not sure about the locations, I've already created one demonstration about the location, region, and the geographical location region basically. So I recommend you to go ahead and check that out. That will help you to select the appropriate location and region. If you want, you can go ahead and look at the documentation about the region as well. Uh, so I'm going to keep the West Europe location for now, and then pricing tier. As for this particular demonstration, I'm going to choose the standard one. If you want, you can enable the soft delete feature, wherein your secrets can be retained back within the 90 days, or if you want, you can increase up to, this is the maximum date actually. So let me go ahead and click on next. So this is the access policies. Basically, key access policy in the Key Vault specify the resource which you all want to allow to grab the or to access the Key Vault features such as in secret or certificate. So let's say if I have a Key Vault with certain secrets and I want any specific object to access the secrets from, or the object means object can be the application object or a person. To get the access, I can specify the access permission right from here. So you don't need to go and check the access control manager management property like you do and do for the other services in Azure portal. You specify all the access control policies in access control policies for the other resources. But for Key Vault, you can manage the granular level of permissions, like you have the SAST token in the storage accounts. So something like that, and on that front, you can manage what level of granular level of permission you want to, apply the filter on the specific level of service. Like for example, you may want to specify access permission only for the secret, and within the secret as well, you just want to specify a read property. You don't want to update or delete property to be enabled for a certain application. And for an administrator, let's say I may want to specify the read and write permission as well, because that's the administrator group or user group or active directory user group or a particular active directory user. Then depends upon the choice, you can have the multiple options to specify or the filter out the access policy permissions. And you can specify the properties right away while creating the Key Vault. Or if even though after creating the key vault, if you want, you can retrieve the key vault, or you can change or manipulate the access policy permission as and when you need. So by default, as I'm creating the key vault, as you can see, the access policy for me, everything is allowed, which if I want, I can delete it. So if I'm going to delete it, I won't be able to access the key vault secrets, permission, key vault keys, secrets, or any certificates. So that is the kind of controlling the what is allowed, what not to allow kind of thing. Next is the networking. Again, it's the same thing. uh, as I mentioned in my storage section, if you want to specify or want to control your key vault to be accessed from any specific network or virtual network or subnet, then you can go for the second option in the radio button, which is this one, publicly endpoint, and select a appropriate network, virtual network. And then you can say, okay, only services who are coming from this particular the connection coming from the specified virtual network or the subnet will have the access to retrieve the secret or manage the keyword services. Rest of the world will not have any visibility about the keyword. So that is again managing the control of your keyword permissions. If you want, you can do that as well. By default, if your key vault is accessed by any services which is again publicly available, for example, I'm accessing a key vault from, again, logic app, which is a suitable example in this case. Then I need to specify the outbound IP address range for that particular logic app. So like we have discussed the same thing in the key vault as well. So it is basically the same thing in that particular perspective. Or maybe some external application is trying to access the key vault. In that case, you can specify a certain range of IP address. Okay, this is the range of IP address from where the connection is coming from. So I can basically specify that particular IP address to allow the connection to the key vault from that particular specific source IP. Next is the tags. If you want to specify any specific tag according to your application, uh, you can specify the tag as well. I'm going to leave it as is. Let's create now, and then we'll go to the dashboard of the Key Vault and see what all things it has. It might take a while to create a logic to create the application, to create the Key Vault basically. Meanwhile, it's creating the Key Vault. I'm going to create a logic app just for this demonstration. I just want to let you know, or I just want to show you how you can access the secret from the Key Vault. And to do that, I need a logic app. So let me create a demo logic app. Demo. Logic app is again an integration service. We have already created one nice demonstration about the logic app. If you want, you can go ahead in the channel and find out about the logic app in the serverless demo, where we have demonstrated how you can use the logic app. So let's see, the logic app is ready now. Also, the Key Vault is also ready. So let's look at the Key Vault first of all. Here I have the Key Vault on, and this is the dashboard. As I mentioned, Key Vault is a publicly available service. So as you can see, the entire DNS name, which comes with the name of your Key Vault, and then vault.azure.net. So this is the name you got to access your Key Vault. So anytime you require to retrieve any information from the Key Vault, this is the DNS name you are expected to use. And again, this is the more information about the Active Directory wherein this particular service is being hosted, the subscription name, the location, and all those things, right? At the moment, purging is disabled, soft delete is enabled. So if I go and check here, I can go and check the access logs. So what all things and permissions are involved. Again, I can specify the different types of event on the key vaults. For example, let's say a scenario wherein I want to uh, make sure, or I want to specify, or I want to make a judgment if what if somebody is trying to access a key vault. So in that case, I want to notify the administrator team. So let's say if somebody is trying to hack a key vault, and once somebody is trying to reach to the key vault properties and the secret, I just want to make sure I'm sending a proper notification to the administrator team. So what I can do here is I can use the event triggers and create the Azure function or the logic app. And based on the my Azure function and logic app, what it will do is it will try to listens to any modification event or exist event which is being performed on the key vault, and then based on that particular modification, it will send a notification, email notification to the administrator team. And then the administrator will know, okay, somebody is trying to do some action on the key vault without their any notification, or without their permission. So they might want to control that action, so they can perform an immediate action on that particular thing, because this key vault, as the name suggested, it might have a very sensitive information about your application data. For example, it can have the connection string about the data, you can have the certificate password, or any sensitive information, right? So that is going to be one of the most critical, or kind of a vault. Basically they call it key vault, but it has all the keys inside, all the keys of all your services which you are using in Azure. So this is how you can use the events. If you want, we can create a demonstration about handling such event on the key vault. Please do let me know in the comment section if you need a demonstration about that. I'll try and create that. But in this particular dimension, this is just about the fundamentals, so I'll move on from now. Here you can create the keys and the secret. As you can see, I'm getting the message, you are not authorized to view these content. Hopefully it will be applicable for same for these as well, certificate as well, which is what I was expecting. So let me see what do I need to do. Let me verify my access permissions here. I have the appropriate access permissions. So let me see what is wrong with that. Here it is about Azure virtual machine for deployment. If you want to specify or control accessing the key vault from any virtual machine, you can specify this particular thing. If you want to allow access the key vault from the ARM template, then you can mark this particular checkbox. Any Azure encryption or anything like that, you can specify the property here as well. So it says the firewall is turned on, and which we did by mistakenly. That is the reason I was not able to access the key vault. So let me go ahead and check now what do we have. So these are my HSM keys. If you want to store the HSM keys, the hardware security model keys about your infrastructure, then you can store it here. Any secrets such as a connection string, certificate password, or any sensitive data which you want to store it, you can store it here. Let me show you how do you create the vault secret. So you can go and create and say, okay, you are creating a certificate either from manual, a secret from manual, or through the certificate. So I'm going to create it manual. I'll call the secret as in demo connection string, let's say demo connection, and then I'll call the value as in data. That's it. Content, if you want to specify, you can set it. Expiry date is also you can set it. I'm going to leave it as is. That's it. If you want to go ahead and check the value, I can go ahead and always check the values here. I have specified the value data. Next I can go ahead and One thing to tell you again, you can go ahead and create a different version of your key vault secret, and when you are accessing the key vault secret from your application program, you can specify the entire URL to access the key vault secret. By default, let's say if I'm using the .NET application code to retrieve the key vault secret, so what I can do is I can specify, do I need any specific version of the secret. So how do I know the version? This is the URL, the name of your DNS name of your key vault secret, slash secret, and slash name of your secret, and then the identifier. So this is the identifier, I believe, which you are going to use. So let's say if I have a multiple secret version, let me create another one. Then I can, in this case I'm going to call Rakesh. Then I can specify to access or retrieve a specific version of the secret, or by default the .NET program or any other language program will have the utility or the DLL, the key vault libraries or NuGet packages to retrieve the latest version of the secret values. Yep. So this is how you can specify the secret. If you have any SSL certificate, you can import a certificate. Even you can generate the SSL certificate directly from here. Obviously those are going to be free certificate, valid only for 30 or 90 days, I believe, but you can generate it here. But if you have the purchase certificate purchased from, let's say, GoDaddy or any other certificate provider, you can upload the certificate here along with its password, and your application program can retrieve the certificate directly from here without the need of downloading the certificate on a local drive or on a machine from where the application is running. So they can directly retrieve the certificate through the Key Vault libraries. As I mentioned, you can specify the access policies right from here. I can go ahead and grant the access policies or manage the access policies right away from here. Let's say I want to grant a secret management permission, and then by default all the secret management permission I have listed down, but let's say I just want to specify a granular level of permission. So I can say, okay, this is the permission I want to give. Next, you need to select a service principal. So what I can do here is I can specify any specific service principal. So service principal in this particular case, it could be Active Directory group, Active Directory user, or any app registration or service principal, whether it is a user defined user managed identity, system managed identity, or the service principal created in Azure Active Directory. Anything can be added. For example, let me create a service, let me choose a service principal from here, which I have created it for my use. Yeah. So this is the one of the Terraform automation service principal which I've created. So I can say, okay, this is what I need. So anytime if my Terraform automation service principal requires to retrieve the secrets, it can go ahead and read the secret based on this particular permission. I hope this makes sense. Let me move on. This networking service which we have already described, you can anytime go ahead and restrict your key vault to a certain specific network IP address. Again, you can specify all your monitoring to the through the application insight, and you will have the full insight about what all activities being performed. So everything will be logged here, and all the failures or anything like that, it will be logged here. We will create, if you would like, we can create another demo to, let's say, to retrieve a secret from ASP.NET Core or ASP.NET Core console application, ASP.NET MVC application, or any type of application, or maybe let's say Azure function. How do you retrieve the Azure function key vault secret from Azure function? We can go ahead and create a demo for that. Let me know if you need such kind of a demo in the comment section. I'll try to create one for you. Yeah, so that's about the key vault. Now let's look at the logic app which I've created. So this is my logic app, which I've created just for this demonstration. The purpose of the logic app is to retrieve the key vault secret. So what I can do is I can go ahead and search for the connector. So here at the moment you can see the connector is available because I've used it recently. This is my recent connector. But if you don't have the recent connector available, you can anytime go ahead and search here. This is just for the demonstration because I don't want to invest the time and create the entire .NET application just for this particular demonstration. Let me create a secret. So here we have number of options what actions you want to perform on that particular key vault. So I'll say get secret action I want to perform. Select the operation. Once you select the operation, it asks you to give the name of your key vault. So let me give the name of the key vault, which I'll find it here. This is the name of the key vault which I need to give. Copy, paste. Then it will ask me for, I can authenticate with my personal uh, username password, or in production obviously you are not going to specify any user specific username password. It is recommended to use the service principal. Just for this demonstration I'm using my own username and password to connect to the key vault connection. So what this particular action will do is it will create a connector in my logic app, and as you can see it has automatically detected the number of secrets. So this is one of the secret which I have created. That's it. So what I'm telling here is give me the secret name demo connection and its value. So let's see if it has run the logic app. Let me refresh it. If not, then yeah, once I saved it, by default it has run. Before I go and check the output, as I was mentioning, we have created the key vault connector, so which you can see it here, or if you want you can search for API connections. You will see all the listed API connector which is there for all your logic apps. So let's look at the value, if it has returned any values which we have specified. And in my understanding it should have returned the default value, which is available with the latest version as it was expected. I have specified the value as a Rakesh in the secret. Just for the verification I'll go to the secret, click here, check the secret value, and then show value. This is the secret name it is displaying. So this was a quick demonstration about how do you retrieve the value from the key vault secret. So here if you look at the benefit from the traditional approach of retrieving the secret, I have not specified any data or connection string in a plain text. So in this case, in this demonstration, the calling code was logic app, and the actual secrets were stored on the key vault. So what I can do here in this case is to extend this demonstration more. What we can do is you can store the secret value into one of the variable in the logic app, and once you have the secret available in the value in the variable, you can invoke the database connection, or you can connect to the database and retrieve the database information. Or if you have, let's say, if you want to you have the service principal secret stored in the key vault, then you can retrieve the secret, connect to the key to the active directory and create any active directory user group or anything like that, right? So here we are not specifying anything like that, what permission it requires, or any data which is not stored in the plain text or anything like that. Again, apart from this, what do you need to access the key vault? So now the question is, what do you need to access the key vault? So you need the either you need the person's identity who has the access in the key vault to retrieve the secret. For example, in this particular demonstration, I was using my own identity to access the key vault. And if you remember correctly, in the access policy, my identity is having the correct permission to get the secret. For example, if I say don't select anything, and then if I say save, then I should this. And now if I run the trigger, I should not have access to retrieve the secret. I'm expecting an error. Okay, so this is what I was saying. So if you specify anything like that, because my logic app is currently using my own identity as in Rakesh dot suryanshi at hotmail.com, and it is trying to grab the secret, and in the permission level, access permission, I've removed the permission, Rakesh's permission to retrieve the secret. That's why I'm getting the error now. Whereas in the case of service principal, let's say if I require to use the service principal, you need to specify the client ID and secret in the calling code, and then you make a connection. It will make a call to the key vault and retrieve the secret. Now, what we are saying here is to retrieve some secret, you need to pass some other secret. Yeah, are you getting my point? You are trying to get some secret by passing some other information. Basically, you are delegating some secret information to get some other information, right? Now somebody may ask, what if that particular secret itself will stolen? What do you do about that kind of a scenario? So how do you manage or tackle that situation? So the answer for that kind of scenario is you use the manage identities. So whichever service is trying to access the key vault, what you can do is you can create the manage identity. For example, in the logic app, I can do is I can go ahead and create the logic app, enable the manage identity in this particular logic app, and then once I have the logic app manage identity enabled, I'll grab this identity key, go here, check, and grant the appropriate permission. For example, I don't want entire permission, I just want the list and get permission, and then search for the manage identity. You can see I have got the search result for that key vault access. So now my logic app has got the access to key vault by using the manage identity, and this time I have not specified any secret, any permission, not even no, not even my own data, right? So in such cases, you can access the key vault without passing any secret or any without using any service principles. So in this case, you are using the manage identity to retrieve the secret, right? So this is what you can do if you want to go and use it at the next level. This is I have used system manage identity, but if you want, you can go ahead and use the user manage identity as well. So you can go ahead and create one user manage identity, and then once the user manage identity is created, you can use that particular user manage identity to perform the same set of actions. And I believe most of the services has the access to this identity property. So for example, virtual machines, if you want to access or connect from one service to other service, let's say my virtual machine wants to connect to SQL server directly, I can use the manage identity. If my virtual machine want to connect to key vault, I can use the manage identity. If my database wants to connect to key vault, for example, due to some reason, I can go ahead and use the manage identity. For any other services, connected connect to provide connectivity between service A and B from source to destination, you can use the manage identities. This is about the quick information about the manage identity. If you like me to provide a more detailed level of information, detailed demonstration about about the manage identity or the system identity, please let me know in the comment section. I will try to create one demonstration separately for the manage identity. I hope that was useful. Thanks for watching it. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Thank you all.